hope you enjoy this special edition of Trackside Paddock Area for Pittsburgh Sportsline with Smokin' Jim Frazier and Al Levine, the talking machine. We danced through the raindrops. Smokin' Jim was fashionably late, so that's the update. What do you think of today, Smokin' Jim?
I tell you what, it's outstanding. Al Levine, the talking machine, a little taller than you. Now I'm a little higher up the hill. Oh, now you got me beat again. But it's great. I tell you what, just to come out here and see that they'll race in any kind of elements. It was raining earlier today. We got a little bit of mud on us just riding over. Some of the drivers, how do they even see with their goggles all?
They have goggles, maybe 2 goggles, so they can flip one up.
See,
maybe 3.
And I tell you what, I always learn something new each and every time I talk to you, Al Levine, the talking machine. All these years as being an NFL scout and going up to the Meadowlands, never knew that was part of that was a big brother or big sister to the Meadows here in Pittsburgh.
Like Wendy said, it's the mecca of horse racing.
And I tell you what, that's going to be my next vacation stop.
At the Meadowlands?
Yes, sir.
All right, when we going? But let's enjoy today. We got a lot of races, a lot of interviews coming. So stay tuned. You're going to learn much more, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
I'm with Heather Wilder here. As you know, she's the PR person for the MSOA, and she's going to explain a little bit more about owning horses and the logistics of it and just what they do out here in horse ownership.
Right. Basically, you can get into the business by owning a very small portion, like the Summer Slam stable that Jim's a part of, where you own 1%, 2%, 3%. You don't have to pay licensing fees. You don't have to become a member of the USTA. So it's a very small portion of money put in to be a player in the game. Or you can become a large owner. You have to get a license at the racetracks that you participate, as well as a membership with the United States Trotting Association, and you pay a daily fee to a trainer who cares for your horses.
It's like having children.
It is, and it just depends on how much of an investment you want to basically gamble. You don't know how a horse is going to do from week to week. By purchasing a more expensive horse, you are given a better chance to succeed. But still, we see people come in all the time that get a claimer or buy a horse at a sale for...
Tell them what a claimer is.
A claimer is a horse that you're able to purchase today. So there will be claiming races today. In the program, the horse will have what we call a tag. It's a number that shows how much you take upstairs to the judge's booth. You give them that before the race, and after the race, that horse belongs to you. You must have someone to pick up your horse here in the paddock, take care of it after it's done racing that day, a stable to go into. So there's a lot to plan on than just coming up with the money.
Well, that's what I wanted to get to. You can't just come in today like Smokin' Jim. He has enough money to, you can't believe it.
Right.
He'd want to buy a horse today. But if you can't show that you're with a stable and somebody legitimate can take care of the horse, they're not going to let you do that, right?
Right, correct. We need to make sure that you have someone who's already licensed as a trainer, things like that. If you decide to purchase one from the track, then it doesn't matter if you're with an associated trainer or not. You may just be purchasing one for your own use, or we do have people come in that have no current affiliation, take them either home or to a fairgrounds and learn to do it themselves. This is a sport where you can be a driver and trainer, anyone. There's no age limit. There's no weight limit. People from every walk of life are able to take care and take a part of our sport.
Boy, that filled in all the blanks. I can't even ask you another question about horse ownership, and I've owned them in the past. No, that's great.
Okay,
no, I appreciate that.
Sorry, I get it.
No, you're good. That's why this is like live TV.
Right, I love it. I just talk about it.
You're on Pittsburgh Sportsline again, and we appreciate you here. Thanks for all your help.
Thank you.
All right, I have a driver, trainer, Wayne Height, with me. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine, and we're going to interview him right now. Tell him your name, Wayne.
Wayne Height, but I'm not much of a driver anymore. I kind of left that to the young guys now. I'm still training horses, though. I've been here about 30 years now.
30 years. I remember back when you come around the track here.
Yeah, back in the, I guess late 70s, early 80s, and then through the 90s we had a big stable. We were forced to reckon with at one time.
Sure. What are you doing here today?
I have a couple in today. We have a small stable nowadays. We're kind of in the retirement status, sort of. But we keep 8 or 10 horses at a small farm about 20 minutes from here, and got one in early today and got one in late today.
That's great. How'd you do? Did you race early then?
Yeah, just raced one. We finished 4th. Got another one in the 14th today.
Well, you got to check. We're trying to teach people about horse ownership and how much fun it is. And look, you've been doing this for over 30 years. Now, this next horse, how's he looking? What race?
I really, really like this little horse. I've been buying horses out of Minnesota, out of Running Aces, and I raced him one time so far last week, and he went wire to wire out of the 8-hole. He's a pretty nice little horse.
Is he a claimer?
No, not yet. Not yet. His career is still young. He's early in his career, but he did really, really well last week. He's got a full brother that's trotted in 152, so I have high hopes for him.
And that's a fast speed for anybody that hasn't watched horse racing. We're trying to bring people up to speed, and you have a fast one. Good luck, Wayne.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Friend me there, and I'll accept it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can see when I post it up, your interview, I'll put it out there, okay?
Right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, take care. Heather Wilder is bringing guests over, and she didn't know that Sally Bolin and I are friends back from the 2-Minute Club. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
I actually come from the Parker family. My brother is Norm. My dad is Dwayne. So I've been around the horses my whole life, and I married Rodney Bolin. So I just have continued to go into the horse business. And my son is also involved.
Tell us his name.
My son's name is Kyle. He's actually racing today, and my husband's racing also.
That's a whole family thing. Norm have any horses today?
I think Norm has 1 or 2 in. I'm not really sure.
How do you keep track of all this, Sally?
I don't always keep track of it, actually. I try to pick up a program and watch when I'm not here, but, you know, it's in your blood and you love it, so you do pay attention.
And that's what we're trying to tell people about how much fun it is. And back in the day, the 2-Minute Club was very popular.
Oh, it was the best. It was so much camaraderie and everything. You would just come just to hang out with your friends sometimes and not always totally watch the races. But, you know, it was really enjoyable. It's changed a lot since then, but we still love it.
And what do you do now? Because I've seen you around the track a couple times. Could you tell them what's going on with you?
You know what? I still work at the barn with the horses and everything, and then I just do odd jobs here in the paddock when they need help, just because I like to be around and everything. So that's pretty much what I do. I used to help in publicity, as I'm sure you remember, when I was like a lot younger, and we used to,
a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few years ago, but don't tell anybody, okay?
Sally, thank you very much for being on our TV show, Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Thank you. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Do you want to tell us your name?
My name's Dean Collins.
And what are you doing here today, Dean?
Well, I'm here racing. I got 2 racing this afternoon at the Meadows. I got them in the 5th and the 15th race.
Well, you'll be here for a while. Do you train horses also?
Yeah, I have a stable. I usually keep about 12, and I drive a lot of my own, and then I use catch drivers on some of them. So I do a little of both.
And where's your home at?
I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio. We moved over here 8 years ago, me and my wife and my 2 boys. And
So you like it here at the Meadows. We're trying to tell people about horse racing and owning horses and driving, training, and all that. So you're the perfect poster child today.
Well, I don't know, but it's terrific over here. I love it here. We moved over here from Ohio 8 years ago, and it's a great place to race. All the people here are good to get along with, and it's just a terrific place.
What's the name of your horses, just to put that out there?
Okay, in the 5th race, I have a filly by the name of Outspoken, and then the 15th race, Rambling Rose, that Mike Wilder's driving her.
Oh, well, Mike is Heather's husband. He's already won 2 today, and I'm wishing you good luck, and people that are on Pittsburgh Sportsline have good karma, and you take care, and it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much.
I'm here with another driver, I assume. Do you want to tell me your name?
Wilbur Yoder.
You train also a lot of horses. I've seen you around for years. You can't tell me you don't know anything.
Yeah, I've been around here for like 20-some years. I've always trained and, drove, and I'm driving about as much now as I ever have, so I enjoy it, so it's all working out for me.
That sounds great. Where are you from originally?
State of Indiana. I'm a Hoosier.
Well, that's okay. I like some of the basketball teams from there, and that movie, Hoosier.
Yeah, I liked that movie. It was good, yeah.
Now, who do you have in today?
I have a couple of my own in. I got a little 2-year-old Payson filly in the 5th, and so hopefully just some education, and hopefully she'll get up there and be close. And I got one in the 12th, and hopefully he should be pretty good today, I hope.
Well, I wish you good luck. And how long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been in the horse business, probably 20 years, a little over 20 years, yeah.
Well, good luck today, Wilbur. It was a pleasure.
All right, thank you.
And there's Wendy there. Thank you so much. I'm here with somebody that has a photo in Times Square, I was told, and you're a TV star, and thanks for being on Pittsburgh Sportsline with Al Levine, the Talking Machine, and Smoking Jim Frazier. Tell them who you are.
Hello, my name is Wendy Ross, and thanks for having me today to be a part of the show. I fill in here as a parade marshal, and I do television for the Meadows Race Track in New Jersey as well.
And I've been to that track. It's one of the best in the country, if not world.
Yes, we consider the Meadowlands the mecca of our sport, so I'm very honored to work with fellow Hall of Famers out there in the broadcasting.
You want to drop some names?
Sam McKee, Bob Hayden, Ken Workington, some great guys that I've been honored to be under for 4 years now.
Definitely. So you're a parade marshal too?
We call it a parade marshal and an outrider. It's a safety concern in harness racing. There's some really good girls that do it. The main girl here, Missy Rothfuss, she's actually on vacation for the week, is why I'm here. One of the best in the business. Such an honor to be able to ride under her here at the Meadows. But we're here for accidents and to keep safety for the guys out on the track.
That is awesome. I know that, but Smoking Jim didn't know that. Could you explain to some of our new fans that, I'm excited about harness horse racing, and I even jogged horses here. And he beat me in a match race. So tell them how you keep us safe.
You just got to have a good horse. Some of us girls, there's some really great horses that we get to ride. I think the horse is about 85% of what we do out there. Your horse, and then if an accident happens, we're out there to pick up the horses. And if the guys need us to lead horses for them, we're basically out there to handle things when the race is going on between the judges and on the track. And, it's just like I said, for safety, just make sure everybody gets around there and nothing happens.
You take this so calm. You have to actually reach in and grab horses at times by their bridle and whatever you can, and you're actually pretty athletic and strong. They don't realize that.
Yeah, I've been very blessed. I'm second generation. My mom did this actually here at the Meadows back in the 80s. So, I have that. My whole family's driver and trainer, so I've came to it very naturally. But yeah, you got to be. It takes a certain type of person to be able to handle it. You got to be strong, and you got to be gritty and not afraid.
Thank you very much, Wendy. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks. I really enjoy what you guys do. It's great.
Getting to the outside now, 6th or 7th is the eventual winner, the long shot AB Buckaroo. Moving up with Trot, 3/4 went 126 and 3/5.
All right, now this gentleman I met from the Adios Day, but he's now incognito wearing makeup. Please tell them who you are.
I'm Aaron Merriman, and I'm wearing mud.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you're on the track and you're competing and you don't just have a front runner.
Yeah, for sure. Even with the front runner here, I think you can get a little bit muddy, but I've been in the back of the pack here today so far.
Have you? Well, you got any more races?
Yes, I stay here till 11th, and I go to Northfield Park, so hopefully my luck changes.
Double header. Maybe the rain left there and it's clear.
Yeah, it was definitely clear when I left this morning, so I'm hopefully it's clear again tonight.
No, that's great. Any tips for the people out here to look for on, not that they can bet, but...
Always bet on me usually. Just not today.
These guys are competitive. And tell us again how long you've been in the business.
15 years I've been driving horses, so it's been a good ride, ups and downs, and that's what's great about it, you know what I mean? Kind of get every kind of emotion you can get.
And I like your positive attitude and your makeup. I'll shake on that. It's awesome. Good luck.
Hey, thank you very much, buddy.
And good luck in Northfield.
Thank you.
Bring home some money.
I will.
Heather Wilder just brought me over, somebody that I don't know. Could you please tell me your name?
I'm Cassie Adams.
Cassie Adams.
Yes.
You know what? I think I recall when you were born.
Yeah, I think you know my dad.
JL?
Yep, that would be him.
You're much cuter than your dad.
Thanks.
Right. And what are you doing here today?
I take a lot of catch paddocks for...
Explain what that means, because pretend like they aren't people like me and Smoking Jim. We know what you're talking about.
All right, so people ship in, like in the summer, for all these big stake races. They ship in from, all over the place, and sometimes they don't bring people, so connections that you have through here, they'll...
So you get paid to help other people and like groom and take care of their horse.
Oh yeah, a lot more than I would get paid working down here every day. So
I can't believe you talk about your dad like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
No, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you get into this? You didn't want to do anything else?
No, well, I'm actually a full-time nursing student right now, but I work here as much as I can. I was born into the business, so kind of just comes second nature.
We understand. It's in my blood now, so I enjoy coming out here, and it's a pleasure to see you. You're all grown up, and it shows people do have educations. They come out here, they own horses, they take care of them, and even drive them. Are you going to drive a horse?
I've trained a little bit. My dad is a little protective and doesn't want me driving any. I've tried many times, but
That shows his good sense.
Yeah.
Cassie, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
And good luck the rest of the day.
Thank you.
I have a gentleman with me that my dad's name was Saul, so I was gravitated to seeing who this gentleman was. Now I finally get to meet him. Tell them who you are.
My name's Gary Saul. I've had horses out here for at least 30 years. I'm retired now, but...
What are you doing here today, then?
Well, I'm racing a couple horses today.
And that's what I like about the sport, and that's why we're excited. Smokin' Jim owns a part of a horse in the USTA fractional promotion. So we're out here and we do Pittsburgh Sportsline, and it's guys like you. You're never going to retire. When you said retire, you're going to keep doing this.
I'm going to have horses for the rest of my life as long as I can.
Do you drive at all?
No.
Just checking on.
I'm involved. I'm usually in the paddock, and I help out in the barn area. And I've got a few more over the years since I retired.
That's great.
I usually buy younger horses. I don't keep too many old ones. I have one brood mare. I've had.
So you're in the breeding barn there too.
Yep. And one of the couple. Those are racing still.
Tell us their names.
My best horse is Big and Little, but Mike the Trader's racing for somebody else now. Had a horse that's retired, Broadway Zach, and then I got a one-eyed fat man.
Okay.
He's 3. He's racing tomorrow, and then the 2-year-old Don't Cry Debbie.
I like your names. I like your names, Gary, and it's just a pleasure meeting you. Anything else you want to bring? How long have you been doing this?
Well, I said over 30 years,
but was that in your family?
No, I had a friend that had a horse, and I bought a horse with him, and then we usually had 1 or 2 all the time. But when you're working, you don't have as much time. At least we raced at nights then, and occasionally we had a good one where we travel. Now we're racing more in the daytime. Here,
the purses are better now.
Purses are better, and I usually try to buy yearlings that I can race on the, at least in the Stallion Series level, and usually make a couple trips to Poconos and Harrah's.
This is with stake races for people that don't understand that.
Right, the higher races, and we have a Pennsylvania program where we get to race here, and then also at Mohegan Sun at the Poconos and the Philadelphia track, Harrah's.
Gary, you've been a wealth of information. Follow Gary's lead.
Okay.
Thank you. Sure. Heather just sent me another person over here. I can't wait to meet who he is. What's your name?
Andrew Betts.
Andrew, nice to meet you. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, and we're all about the horse racing, and we're trying to spread the word about how great it is. How long have you been in the business?
Personally, pretty much since I've been born.
So it's in your family?
Yeah, my grandfather actually came out. He's from Ohio. He raced here the first year the Meadows opened.
What's his name? Let's honor him.
His name's Gibby Betts.
Gibby Betts.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's great. And I've heard of the Betts name and over the years because I've been out here since I was 18.
Yeah, my dad's he died a few years ago, but my dad came out here in the early 80s and was a vet up here up until 2010 when he passed away.
I wanted to tell you I was very good friends with your dad. So it's an honor to have you on here and send my sympathy to you in person because I do recall back then with my horses.
Thank you.
Just a great guy, and you have a great mother.
Thank you. So, she's right over there if you want to talk to her.
We are going to talk to her. We got you on here. And what are you doing here today?
We have a horse in the next race coming up. And
what's its name?
Live Well.
Live Well.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to show the races, but we're going to show this in a couple days.
Okay.
So I'm going to root for Live Well.
She's going to need it. She's coming out of 9 holes, so.
Have no fear. I never worried about that, but sometimes you just want to get a check. That top 5 will help, right?
Won't hurt nothing, that's for sure.
There's a smart man that grew up in the business. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Heather, for bringing this gentleman over. I've seen him race and train over the years. Introduce yourself.
Brad Buxton.
Brad, it's a pleasure meeting you in person. I've seen you over the years. Tell us how long you've been doing this.
Well, I've been on my own about 30 years, but I was born and raised in it, and I'm 55, so all my life.
That's not bad. It seems to be a theme when we interview people that are drivers, trainers, owners. Do you own any horses?
I own a piece of everything I have in my barn right now except one horse.
How many horses do you have?
I got 9 horses.
I'm not the IRS. I'm just asking questions so people can learn about how fun it is. How hard is it to own a horse?
It's not very hard at all. Just give me a call and we'll get you a piece.
Whoa, he's advertising for himself. I'm talking in general. I like your style.
Yeah, it's not hard.
What's the least amount of money that they could own a horse, like a part of something?
A part of a horse right now, you can own, in my barn, 10%.
Okay, so 10%.
Of 100%. So it's most owners like to start out gradual and then move their way up. I've got.
Well, tell them there are bills to owning a good horse or a bad horse. I learned it when I owned horses with the Snyder stable.
Well, yes, there is bills, and not only for the good ones, but definitely for the bad ones too.
And you hope those bad ones become good ones or they're gone.
Oh, definitely. The bad ones don't stay around long in my barn.
Oh, and most of them, they don't. I understand with the purses today, you need that top 5 finish, more of the 1, 2, 3 to stay where you're at.
Yes, you do. You have to be 1, 2, or 3.
I like your style, and that's a theme. And where are you stationed at?
Right here in Barn 4.
Barn 4? All right, if he didn't advertise enough, I will. Barn 4, see Brad.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you take care, and good luck today.
Thank you.
I have another guest here. He's got a busy schedule. Do you want to tell us your name?
Dan Charlino.
Dan Charlino, I remember when you first come to the track here.
Yeah, it was a while ago, 1997. I moved down from Canada.
I remember that because I've been out here for years, since the early 70s, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. So I followed you. Are you driving today?
Yeah, I'm in 5 races, a little later on.
5 races?
Yeah.
Man, how do you keep that busy?
It's not very busy, actually.
No, I know. There's other guys at 10, 12, so, and there's 15 today.
Absolutely.
Now, do you own any of these horses you're racing on?
No.
Do you have a stable?
I work for Paul Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
I ride for him in the morning, and then I ride horses here in the afternoon. Yep.
You got any nice shots to win? We're not betting, but we're just wondering what you think about your chances.
Well, El Chivado in the 6th race, he's been racing really good, and I'm hoping for a good race out of him.
Well, that's good. Well, I wish you luck, and it's a pleasure meeting you, Dan, in person. Anything else you want to bring up? You know, it's great weather now. It's stopped raining. The track's a little off, but
yeah, it's a front-end friendly track right now. You know, it's tightened down.
Explain that to some of the people that aren't familiar. I understand. Get on the front end and choo-choo all the way to the win.
The like in these conditions, the heavy, like the humidity and whatever, and if you land up near the front, it's a good
chance to win.
Good chance that they're going to carry you right to the wire, pretty much.
Well, thanks for that insight, and
No
good
problem.
luck to you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you.
We got an interview coming up right now. Can you tell us your name?
Steve Schoeffel.
You want to move over? So.
Yep. Steve Schoeffel.
That's the first question under your belt. What are you doing here today?
I'm racing a horse in the 14th race.
Do you own this horse?
I own a piece of them.
That's great. Do you drive or train?
Both.
Which are you doing?
We're doing both today.
Okay.
So.
That's why I'm asking you. How long have you been in the business?
About 30 years.
No way. Would you start when you're 3?
13. I wish I was 3.
Well, don't we all? But, you know, sometimes I just misread with the sunglasses. I can't see those eyes.
Right. Well, I was incognito.
Well, not anymore. This is on TV. Verizon 32 in the whole Pittsburgh area. It's on Pittsburgh Sportsline. It's a TV show that we have. Smoking Jim Frazier is my partner who sent you over this way. He owns a fractional piece of a horse. Now, how many horses do you think you've owned over the years?
A lot.
More than 3?
Oh, yeah, over hundreds.
Well, that's what I want to hear because people are interested in the horses and how you even get in the business. How did you get in the business?
I got interested when I was 13. My parents did it when I was wee little, and then when I got 13, I started it all back up, and we've been doing it ever since.
No, that's a great story. Now, they weren't originally in the horse business?
My parents were when I was wee little, and then they got out, and then I got them back in. So.
And they're still around to enjoy it?
Just my mom. My dad passed away a few years ago, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
That happens.
We all get old.
Yes.
Believe it. No doubt. Well, good luck today. What's the name of your horse today?
Ravenclaw. First start back in 2 years.
All right, so just trying to get a check?
Who knows?
Well, we're not betting. This will be seen a couple days later. I appreciate your ambition here and your secretiveness, incognito.
Yeah, thanks.
Can you introduce yourself? What's your name?
My name is Michelle Dougherty.
Michelle Dougherty. What are you doing here today?
I am grooming my horse.
Hold it. You own a horse?
Well, me and my husband, yeah.
That's great because we're talking about why people should own horses. How did you get started in the horse business?
Well, my husband is a third-generation horseman, so I kind of married into it. So
well, that's one way to do it out there if you want to listen. So that's a good thing. Yeah. And is this your first horse, or have you owned a few over the years?
We've owned We don't ever own too many. I mean, we usually only own a couple at a time because both him and I have full-time jobs too.
What do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a middle school teacher.
Wow, so school's almost ready to start?
Thursday.
You better get a win today.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I would love that.
And what's the name of the horse?
Miss Tess.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do you have a chance?
I don't know. I hope. I always hope. There's always hope, right?
Well, I used to own horses, and I'd say the horse never told me, but I believe we'll win every race.
There you go. That would be sweet.
Well, it's been a pleasure interviewing you, and I hope you liked the interview.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Good luck, school teacher.
Thank you.
Got another great person here at the track. I don't know his name. Can you tell us your name?
Zach Moritz.
That's the first one, Zach.
There you go.
Now, what are you doing here today?
I got one in the 7th race.
Is it your own horse?
No, it's for Dr. William Solomon. His name's Pulsating.
Nice. And he got a chance?
Yeah, he's got a chance.
Now, it looks like you've been on the track warming him up.
Yeah, it was a little muddy earlier, but it's starting to dry up.
You think it'll dry it enough for that race?
I hope so. I don't like clean, dirty equipment.
I don't blame you, but I think you're going to have to clean it today. Now, do you drive at all?
No, I'm too tall.
No way. What are you, 6'4"?
6'3".
I'm standing in a hole.
You're good.
I'm 6 foot, but you look much taller. Now, how long have you been involved in the horse business?
10 years. I've been training, and my parents have had horses since I was a baby.
Great. So it's basically in the family, and you continued it.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun, and it's every day, so you got to be on your toes every day for a new challenge.
Sure. Now, how would somebody else that's not in the business do what you do? How hard is it?
Well, you got to be dedicated. That's for sure. You got to
show up every day because the horse needs you.
Yeah, you got to show up every day, and if there's any problems, you got to be there. You can't just say.
What do you mean, like stifles, tendons?
Yeah, any injuries, you got to be there for them and take care of them, and it's just like having a kid.
I talked about that earlier. Do you own any horses?
Yes, I own 3 myself.
What's their names?
One's Rock the Tin Man.
Okay.
The other one's Gentleman's Cards, and the other one is Technology's Foe.
Well, I wish you best of luck with that.
I
Okay, good luck, and good luck today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're here with a gentleman who's going to say his name since I mispronounced it. How could I even do that?
Robert Barnard.
Robert, it's a pleasure meeting you. What are you doing here today?
I have 2 racing today.
Do you own these horses?
No, I just trained them.
That's great. How long have you been doing this?
About 25 years.
What got you into it?
I jogged a horse one day, and I was hooked, and I haven't done nothing else since.
I know the feeling. I owned horses, and I jogged them. I enjoyed jogging 5 miles a day, 2 or 3 horses. Guys would say, man, you must be in great shape.
Yeah.
That horse is, right?
Oh, yeah, they got to be.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you say, how hard is it to get into the horse business, maybe even own a horse or learn to train and jog?
It takes a lot of time, and you need to.
You got to love it.
Oh, you have to love it because it's 7 days a week, all the time.
And you got to feed them. What time do you feed your horses?
They get 5 in the morning and 5 at night and around lunchtime.
Okay. 3 squares a day.
Yep.
And what's your chances today with the 2 horses you have?
The first one finished 3rd in the stake race, and I think the one in the next race got a pretty good chance.
Can you say their names? Because we're trying to give people something to connect to, that people like yourself, are training horses. Some are owning horses.
The first one was Saucy Winch.
Okay.
And the one in the next race is Pierre Hola Donato.
Wow, I can't even pronounce all that. But this is what I want to tell people, because Smokin' Jim, who owns a fractional part of a horse with the USTA, he keeps telling people he's going to name his horse. Now, you can't name your horse once it's raced.
No, once it's raced, it's set. But you can name them, before its first race.
Well, I'm glad I got a third party to confirm it with him, because he's also a reporter, so we nailed that. Sorry, I didn't say. We just had Bob on, and now I'm making him work in front of us. So, Bob, I'm sorry about it, but we need your help.
That's all right, no problem.
Who's this lady with you? Is she going to help?
It's my wife, Tina. Yeah, she's going to help.
Okay.
So we're preparing the mare to go race. So these are the final steps. We're putting the bridle on her, hooking the line.
And that's how easy it is?
That's how easy it is.
But you have to know what you're doing.
You have to know what they,
And you got a different bit. What kind of bit do you have in there?
It's just a plain snaffle bit. She's got a chin chain over check.
Okay, and I see a little shadow roll.
Shadow roll, that's for the shadows outside so they don't step over them.
No.
Putting on her tongue tie.
All right, you got to tell them about this.
Well, this is so she don't get her tongue over the bit.
Exactly.
And because when they get it over the bit, they'll get out of control and
keeps them focused on the race.
Exactly.
I know a little bit. I've been at the track. I've had horses. How long have you been doing this?
For 20 years.
You too. It sounds similar.
Yes. 3 generations of family, so long time.
That's great. Tell us your name.
Tina Barnard.
And that's how simple it is. You're almost done, Bob?
Almost.
What did that take? Less than 2 minutes?
Yeah, it takes longer to figure out what to put on them than what to actually put on.
Amen to that. You got to do a lot of watching and driving and training.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Jogging.
Yeah, lots.
Finding out what they need and what their needs are. And
We'll have our next show, but you're pressed for time because you're in the next race. Yes. We don't want to hold you back.
Thank you very much.
He just stands so regally.
All right, we're in the paddock area with a lady named Joy, and it's not my sister. What's your name?
Joy Loftus.
And what are you doing here today?
Paddocking a couple horses.
This is a nice-looking horse here. Very calm.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Can you tell us about some of the equipment here? We're trying to teach folks about equipment, and maybe if you point some things out
Yeah.
or tell us within the mic and not getting hurt on that chain.
Yeah, I can do that. This is a pacer. There's trotter and pacers.
How would we know a pacer? Tell them.
A pacer has hobbles, which are these things right here.
Okay.
And if trotters, you wouldn't see those on there. You might see like 2 front ones, but you wouldn't see them on the
Don't make it too complex
Yeah.
for them. I got to make sure we can hear you there.
Yeah, just that you can tell just because of these things.
Oh.
These wobbly looking things.
I understand. I used to own pacers.
Okay. This is obviously the harness.
Okay.
Right here, you need your number. Can't race out the harness or the number. This is their racing harness or
their bridle.
Racing halter. The bridle is. I don't see it's not on him yet. You normally don't put the bridle on until
I don't
right.
think so, but he's just relaxing.
He's just chilling. He's not in for a couple more races. He's in the last race. So he's just hanging out. He'll go to warm up and then.
Now, can you tell us a little bit, maybe taking care of the hoofs and what they do there?
Oh yeah, they're like the feet is like the main. Like you need good.
How's their frogs?
You need good frogs. If that's tender, they won't walk.
Right.
So you need them to race good. You just take care of their legs, wrap them every day. They're big babies. So you got to treat them like a baby.
I know, but they're great athletes too. Look what they do.
Yeah, they're athletes, so they need treated like an athlete. They need their supplements.
Well, speaking of supplements, how many times a day do you feed the horse?
Twice. Once in the morning and once at night. Some people feed lunch, but I don't do that.
No.
Maybe if like a hay in the afternoon, but
Do they like Timothy or just regular hay?
alfalfa, the nice green
Alfalfa.
stuff.
Okay, see, you're an expert. No doubt. And how long have you been doing this?
This, I've only been doing it a year. I have riding horses.
And you know this much already about horses?
Ball game
Yeah.
compared to riding horses.
Well, Joy, look to the camera. Thanks for being on our show.
Thanks,
this is
guys.
Pittsburgh Sportsline, going in depth on the equipment that a horse wears. I don't know if you know this lady, but she's an expert. Heather just told me what she knows, and she's been around forever. Well, I think I'm older than her, so tell us your name.
My name is Janice Shooter.
Janice, nice meeting you. And I noticed this horse looks like he has blinders on. What else does he have?
Right at the moment, she has a Crip Davis.
Oh, it's a girl.
Mm-hmm. She's a filly. She's in the Stallion series. And then she has a snaffle. And then we have earplugs in.
Tell them what a snaffle is.
It's just a simple driving bit and no other aggressiveness to it. It's just a real nice, lightweight driving bit. Mm-hmm.
And any other special equipment?
Well, she She has knee boots and tendon boots on. It just keeps her, like a lot of times they'll get a little crooked or do something little. It just kind of helps protect them, keep them from going.
Educate the people that we're trying to teach about horse ownership. Do you own this horse?
No, I work for Paul Kennedy. This is Paul.
Oh, okay.
This is one of their fillies.
Definitely. Any other equipment you'd want to point out?
Not really at the moment. That's a basic what she wears. Like the Crip Davis is a little different. A lot of the young horses don't wear a Crip Davis.
And why is that?
Well, this helps keep their head up. A lot of times they get to where they want to lug down in the bit a little bit too much, and you want to keep their head up and just keep.
So they can breathe and keep going.
Even keep manageable.
That's great. And she looks like a nice filly here. Very gentle until she gets on the track.
Exactly. She's nice to work around, but she does have another side. But sometimes those make good ones. Well,
sure. Do you know about her breeding at all?
She's a well-said filly. So she's a pretty good bred filly. They bought her in Harrisburg last year.
And this is another facet of racing that you want to get a well-bred horse normally, and they do have sales all over, and this was the Harrisburg sale. And when was that?
This was last fall. Last fall.
So you've been taking care of her ever since?
No, not ever since. Since spring, yeah.
And when do you feed her?
She gets fed at breakfast in the morning about 6:30. Then she usually gets lunch around noon, and then at dinner time, 5 or 6:30 at night, or when she's done racing today.
Boy, can I come to your barn to eat?
Yeah.
That sounds like about my schedule.
Yep, she's good.
Will you let me jog a little bit too?
Well, that's up to Paul. Paul might let you jog. He has his kids out there jogging. So take someone else.
I jogged horses back in the 80s, and the last time I did was 89, and I had a lot of fun, and it's a great sport, and it's just a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for your time.
Not a problem. Thank you.
And what's her chances?
I'm hoping they're good. She's getting better and better all the time. So it just depends on how the race unfolds and what all she's in with there. So she's got a good post position, and she's getting better every week. These are all babies, and they just now coming into their own. So
Tell the folks how old she is.
she's a 2-year-old.
Do you believe that? This is a 2-year-old filly. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Up from the outside, Avalon Hall to the front. Right back out on the outside. Here comes Fear Holandonado. Now second and going to the top for Tony Hall. Racing third, the end of the turn. Party right now. Fourth is Swan Mistra. Emmett Smith tests fifth. R.D. Janet begins the chase for Dave Halal. All stride. Entering surround the turn. Party right now. Halfway home, 57-1, 28-4, second panel. That's not good. Down the backside to the 5/8 mark. Fear Holandonado, the leader. Racing second, Avalon Hall. RP Janet continue to close on the outside third.
Smoking Jim, we've learned about a lot of horses, a lot of people here, and I'm noticing a trend. It's a family tradition. Once people are in it, they stay in it for lives. Look at Heather. Look at other people, 3 generations, 4 generations. They're all out here at the track. Now, you just started. You going to stay?
First generation.
I like that. And these are standard bred horses, right?
Yes, sir. You're right.
Just checking with you. We learned about their equipment today. There's a lot of great things. We have the sun coming out because of good karma with Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Yes, sure enough. I tell you what, it's beautiful out here. I tell you what, the knowledge of the folks inside is outstanding. You got men and women working together, equally knowledgeable. I tell you, it's a great opportunity. I love it out here.
And it is great, and we want to thank Heather Wilder, the Meadows Standard Bred Owners Association, also the Meadows Race Track and Casino for having us out here to help promote horse ownership and learning about the sport. You don't have to bet. You can go own a horse for as cheap as 10% of a horse that they were telling us. It's been a great day out here. I want to thank Dave Cable for being on camera and doing everything to make sure we're okay. He's given us some great guidance. This is Al Levine, the Talking Machine, with Smoking Jim Frazier. We'll see you on the next edition of a special Pittsburgh Sportsline at the Meadows.